All right, Zac Babb here with head coach Kirk Eaton on the Week 9 edition of Monday Morning Football. First off, Coach, not the most pleasing loss in the world on the final play of the game. Just kind of what was your overall grade on that game?
I'm going to say at least I've done it now. I've lost on Hail Mary, so I don't want to do it again. But, you know, I thought we were in control at two different points in the game, completely in control, and then just, turnovers. You can't do that. We had a big fumble, had a big interception, had a kickoff return. You just can't do that against a good team, especially against South Fair. So let them get back in, and they feel good about themselves. And the next thing you know, they're in position with 7 seconds left. One play wins the game, and they got it. So you learn. In our team, I hope that's the one thing. I hope we walk away from that. Realizing how important ball security is, and how one play can turn a game. And it was almost seemed like 3 different plays. But when you look at it, I'm not sure we've ever had 548 yards of offense on South Fair ever. So I think that's probably the most yards we've ever put on in total offense. I felt like we controlled the run game, and the one thing that we got to work on, still have a lot of problems in the back end on the throwing game, passing game. That's kind of what happened the other night. But got to find a way to finish those things off because that was hard. But got to move forward. At least we're in the playoffs. We're moving forward. We're going to figure that out. So help us in the future.
All right, now, Coach, there was almost a 2-hour rain delay in this game. Do you think that had an effect on anything going on?
It definitely took our momentum, and that's about it. I felt like we were on them. We jumped on them pretty good. I know they just had the kickoff return, but they had no point had they stopped us yet. I felt like we were going to get the ball back. I really thought we'd score before half. We ended up, coming out of that half when we started after the rain delay, getting a field goal, I think. But I think it just took a momentum. But I think our kids handled it well. Our seniors kind of took over, and they were off their feet. But it did take momentum. That's the only one thing I will say.
Now, on that final drive that South Fair had, 3 plays, 76 yards, all 3 passes from Logan Taylor to Ryan Bradshaw. Was there just kind of a lax in the secondary or something?
I think it was just a good player making play. We told the kids that's where the ball was going. But you got to be careful. You got to be smart. 2 of those were 10-yard outs, 15-yard outs, and so the one thing you want to do there is tackle them, keep them in bounds. But the last play was, I think, more of a quarterback scrambling, losing contain. Because the last play lasted 7 seconds. I think you're asking a lot of any defensive back to cover somebody for 7 seconds. So I think it's more about contain, keeping him in the pocket on the last play. But no, I know for a fact we've had plays where the other team knew exactly who was going to get the ball. When you have a good player, I tip my hat to Ryan Bradshaw. He also is the one that caused the fumble. He's the one that stripped Bryce down there going in earlier. So no, I just think that was a case of that's what you get if you let somebody stick around that long, especially a good team like South Fair.
Right, just away from each side in particular, whether you're Falls Fair fan or coach or whoever. Have you ever played in that good of a football game?
I know I've been in some really good ones. That was up there. But of course, I was on the field when we beat Katy on the last play of the game, kept them out of the end zone. We had Katy with 7 seconds left, first and goal, kept them out. So I'm gonna say Katy was a big one. That's exciting to coach, and you want to be a part of games like that. And I think that was a big game for a couple of reasons. One, it was Falls versus Fair, and 2, it was Fair. They're back against the wall. If they don't win, they're out. The season's over. And so I think that brought the best out in South Fair, and we bring the best out in each other. But it's fun to coach in those. It's a little better if you come out on the right side. And I learned some lessons coming out of it. I know there's some things that I would say differently to our defense coming out of that timeout. So, I learned as a coach, which that's all you can ask from me. I don't want to walk away from a loss empty-handed because that's a bitter pill to swallow. As hard as we work, as hard as the kids work. So, I went back and reevaluated some things we did, and there's some things I do differently now. So I'm going to chalk it up as a learning experience for me as a head coach as well. And our defensive staff and our offensive staff. So we're going to take something from it, but it is going to be a bitter pill to swallow. But it was fun. It was fun.
All right, last coach, Cy Ranch this week. Of course, you got Cy Creek and Cy Fair battling it out on the final playoff spot. So there's kind of a lot of scenarios that can sit on what can happen. If you win, you're number 1 seed D1, no question.
Right.
Creek Fair game doesn't matter. If you lose and Fair wins, you go number 2 seed. So just kind of how much does that put on this game?
Well, I mean, you know, the good thing about us, the kind of year we've had, we control our destiny. We have the whole time. So that's all you can ask the kids. Look, if you want to put yourself in the best position heading into the playoffs, win. That's all you got to do. You don't have to worry about Fair. You don't have to worry about Creek. So that's all you can ask for. I mean, you know, if you'd have said, would you have taken heading into your last week with a playoff spot guaranteed with only 2 losses, it'd be hard to say no, I wouldn't take that. But I probably would have said, no, I want to be undefeated. But I'm happy with where we are. I mean, you know, I feel like we've overcome a lot this year with the injury to Jacory and Cooper and Marcus Franklin. We've overcome a lot. I feel like our offense is gotten back to where we're a different kind of offense than we were with Jacory. You know, and our defense, you know, we're heading into week 10 and we've given up 919 yards rushing. That's unheard of. So there's a lot of good things we're doing. And the main thing is find a way to win Friday, control your own destiny, put yourself in the best possible scenario heading into the playoffs. So I think the kids know it's a stake, the coaches do. Play a good football team. Ranch is playing really well. It's going to be another exciting one, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that let's keep the score low and maybe have a barn burner at the end again. But you know, it's fun to see what you're made of. Maybe I guess we'll find out if I learned anything or not. Because I have a feeling it's going to be the same kind of game.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time. Good luck this week.